So, good evening, friends. How are you? It's a very important day for all the students of class 11th and class 12th, especially for the ISC students. My every lecture is only dedicated to the ISC students, and CBSE students can learn many more from here if they want. So, the next topic is what? Graph of a real function. Okay, so what the use of graph of real function and which type of function I will explain here. First I will explain the identity function. After that I will explain constant and polynomial function, rational function, signum function, modulus function, many more. But they are what the use of. Actually this thing is your mind. What the use of, sir? Why you are telling all of us? Actually the use is what? See here, the use, very broad level use here. It's a use is what I will discuss about the class 11. For the class 11 you will study, you need to know about the graph of the real function for the relation and the function, for the calculus, and for the calculus differentiation, limits. It is also very useful for the class 11th. And also here we can learn many more difference with the conic section. Okay, now I will discuss about the class 12th here. Here you will again get a topic after the class 11th, what? Relation and the function. It's your first topic and you will get a 6 marks from this topic. Okay, and the next is what? Rolle's and mean value theorem. It's a topic number 6 in ISC books. Okay, and the next is what? Continuity. Oh, and differentiation and integration, and after that application of differentiation. This means actually I have explained minimum you will get a 40 to 60 marks if the concept of the function is clear. I'm not talking about the only real function, trigonometrical function. Okay, there are also and the real function. Okay, they are very useful. So this is the use. And now I'm going to explain your first function, so called identity function. So students, ready? So students, now I'm going to tell you first function is what? Identity function is what? See here. So students, now I am going to explain identity function. Your first function is what? Identity function. See here, identity function. I am going to explain your first function, so called identity function, and we will represent it by the y is equal fx is equal x. Okay, it's an identity function. You can also speak it's an identical function. Okay, and the word identical I have also explained to you in the concept of the determinant, where 2 rows or 2 columns elements are the identical, means the elements should be they are same. So here you can see this x and this x both are same here. Because of this function is known as a, you should identify the function by their name. It's an identity function and it's also known as an identical function. Okay, so in this function we have to draw the graph of this function, and also we need to know what is the domain of this function and also the range of this function. So now at first I will explain this function. Listen students, if you want to simplify, if you want to explain a function, there are 2 methods. By rule, you can explain the function by rule or by graph. Okay, by rule it is already given. And I have to explain this function by the graph. Okay, it's an identity function. So now students, it's a, we can write it what? Y is equal x. It is your function. Okay, here y is given in the terms of the fx. Okay, so now we have to draw the first axis to the graph. It's a this equation. If I am talking about this equation, this is a Cartesian equation, and every Cartesian equation we can represent on the Cartesian plane. Okay, so in this way, it's your vertical line, so called it's a y-axis actually, and here is it's a x-axis. Okay, let me check my camera is working or not. Yes, there is no issue with the camera. It's a x-axis. Okay, this axis is known as a y-axis. Now students, where both the axes intersect each other at this point is known as a origin. Origin is what? From where the distances are marked. That is called the origin. And now, suppose I am taking here is a point O, x, it is suppose by, here I am taking x dash and it is by dash. So students, this OX is called the positive direction of x-axis. This means all the numbers who are lie on this axis, positive direction of x-axis, they will be the positive. Means we can take here the plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. And if I am going to talk about the next is what? Negative direction of x-axis. This will give you what? Minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. Okay, is it clear? Now we have to also discuss about the positive direction of y-axis. It's a plus 1, it's a plus 2 and it's a plus 3. Similarly, it's a negative 1, negative 2 and negative 3. Is it clear? Now students, one by one, this axis, one by one I will discuss to you after that. Here, this axis, this real axis, every time represent what? The values of the domain. Here, I am making a block. In the class 10, you have already learned how will you find out the value, putting the value of x, and after that you will get the value of y. So here, see it. Here, if you are taking x is 1, then what is the value of y? It is 1. If x is 0, so y is also 0. X is minus 1, y is also minus 1. And whatever you can take here, the real number, you will get the same value of y. If you are taking minus 2, so you will get again minus 2. If you are taking positive 2, and if your x are 1, so your y is also 1. Your x is 0, so y is also 0. X is minus 1, so y is also minus 1. X is minus 2, so y is also minus 2. And for putting 2, it is also 2. So this means whatever all the values from between minus infinite to infinite, I am talking about minus infinite to infinite. If you put all the values here, they will give you same values of the y. Same values of the y. Same values of the y. Is it clear? So according, now listen, at first we will locate the point here. So now the first point is, if x is equal 1, so y is also 1. At first we will take the positive direction of x-axis distances. So it is 1 unit. And next, when it is x is equal, we are covering the x equal 1 distance. So we also have to cover the y equal 1 distance. So here it will be positive 1. So this will give you what? Suppose, let's see. In this way, graph should be clean. So this point, suppose this is the point P. Okay, and here is a point I have taken. Here is a point, it's a point P, it is point L, and here is point P. Here students, what you will at first write on your ordered pair form coordinates. Okay, so here you will represent what? At first you will represent the positive direction of x-axis of distance. Means here is a point P perpendicular on y-axis, but we will measure along x-axis. So this is 1, and also next is what? We have to now, here a point P is perpendicular on x-axis. Here the point P is also perpendicular on x-axis, but we have to measure along the y-axis. So this is also 1. Okay, next is what? 0 at 0. It is already 0 here. The coordinate of this point is suppose 0, 0, and we are introduced it by the capital O. So the next is, when x is equal minus 1, so y is also minus 1. Similarly, we will locate here the point. And after that, if x is equal minus 2, so y is also minus 2. It will be lie here. And the next is, if x is equal to, so the value of y is already 2 here. we will locate here. Okay, what are the coordinates of this point? 2 comma 2. And what are the coordinates of this point? It is give you -1 comma -1, and it is -2 comma -2. Okay, so now I am going to join these. Now students, see here. So the graph of this, it is a graph of the identity function. It's a straight line here. Okay, so now let's start. The domain is what? What is the domain of this function? What is the domain of this function and range of this function? What is the domain? Set of values of x. Set of values of x for which the function is defined. So set of values of x. Here we can put all the real numbers, and after putting the, if at x is equal 1, the function is defined for the y equal 1. X is equal 0, it is also for the 0. So this means we can put all the real numbers. So the domain and this axis, x-axis also represent what? All values of domain. So it is also a real number. And now after putting the real number, you are already getting what? You are also getting real number. So according to the definition of the range, in terms of the function, actually we have to explain here the definition of the domain and range, not in the terms of the relation. We have to explain the definition of the domain and range in terms of the function. Or what is the domain? And I am again repeating, the set of values of x for which the function is defined. The values are called the domain. Okay, and what are the range? For which the values of x is defined. The set of fx gives you what? Range. In this way, you will get the domain and range. And tomorrow, let's enjoy the next part. This is called a constant function. Very easy. Okay, it is also very easy function, but the important functions are, I have to prepare you for the signum function and greatest integer function, modulus function. Okay, so it's finished. Identity function has been over now. Okay, it is very useful. So thank you, and please, if you like it, please subscribe my channel. Okay, and like this video. Thank you.